Hey Virgo, welcome to your reading. My name is Shay. Let's hop right into your cards for March 2022. Ain't that crazy? Let's see what we get. What does Virgo need to know about March 2022? What does the zodiac sign Virgo need to know about March 2022? Oh, that did some flips and dips. 3 of Pentacles. About March 2022. Justice. What does Virgo need to know about March 2022? King of Cups. Virgo needs to know about March 2022. Wee! 10 of Cups. The Empress here. The 2 of Swords in reverse. And then we also got the 4 of Cups. And then I'm going to go ahead and pull up another one just for the sake of saking. About March 2022. Clarifying that 10 of Cups. Okay, Virgo. It's a pretty good month. It really is, okay? So we can definitely expect some growth. I'm not gonna lie, both the Pentacles and the 10 of Cups, which are both relationship cards and like collaboration cards, they did a little flippy dip, so I have a little bit of a suspicion that they were supposed to be in reverse, which means that there may be some relationship issues that go on. Maybe someone's not living up to expectations, or maybe even like love not even just love, but like relationships being a little more complicated than necessary in the month of March. But I only feel that for a little while. Otherwise, I feel like some of you may be getting into creating better relationships. So let's say you start the month out with someone who's particularly difficult, in a difficult spot with yourself, with other people. Maybe for some of you could be lonely and not really have connections with other people like you normally do. And it seems like that clears up throughout the month. So either you find new people to work with, new people to collaborate with, maybe you get into a certain job or go back to work, something of that nature. It gets better over time. Otherwise, I'm seeing creativity. I'm seeing openness. I'm seeing receptivity. I think is how you say the word. So you're feeling more receptive. You're feeling more open. Some of you could be pregnant or with child. There's definitely a lot of emotions here, but I just got a ding. So could be a lot of emotions here. Could be a lot of feeling more than trying to think through things in the month of March. Like almost like trusting your intuition. You know, let's say you decide whatever you feel like you don't want to do, you don't do it, or whatever you feel like you do want to do, you do it. Like you kind of more so following that versus trying to blindly forge ahead in an active way, the way you normally do, Virgo. You like to organize, you like to work on things. This month may be more of like you like to feel through it, okay? Versus making yourself uncomfortable. So, and there's a lot of closed eyes here. I feel the need to mention with the 2 of Swords, the Empress, the King of Cups, like all of them have their eyes closed. This lady too. So I feel like you may, let me not even assign that a meaning. Trust is almost what I feel. There's some trust here, Virgo. Like I said, feeling your way through, so you just kind of trust that, hey, it's going to work out. She got her eyes closed too, and she's having fun, honey. This Knight of Wands. So there may be something that you are actively running into in the month of March, especially when it comes to creation. So if there's anything on the top of your head that you have not been working on, 8 of Pentacles at the bottom, you haven't been working on, or you've been questioning or wondering about, I feel like this may be the month where you put more effort and energy into it, where you might have not, felt compelled to do so before. And I felt the need to tell somebody, it's almost like something lights you up, like lights a fire under you. So it's like almost like you have to get to it. But I also don't want you to feel the need to rush or like if you don't see results in 2 days, then it's over with. Like I feel the need to tell you that. Like don't rush. Just work the plan, work the steps. And then with the 4 of Cups, she is feeling a little dissatisfied. She is feeling a little bored in some area of life. And I think that's where the creativity comes in. I think that's where the new friends comes in, and like gathering with other people, because there is a sense of like not feeling fulfilled where you are, wanting more, needing more. And you could be perfectly fine. Like there could be nothing actively wrong right now, but I feel like there may just be a little bit of a hole emotionally, whether that's romantic love, friendships, maybe you just feel like you're all work and no play, something of that nature. Like you need a way to get out of that energy, okay? And also, if you have any legal things going on, they will go in your favor. But the strongest message that I'm hearing for this is like balancing the scales. So if somebody owes you something, or if you owe somebody something, it's like it all kind of balances out this month, okay? And one more thing before we move on to your love and relationships, put a little effort into not forcing outcomes. Allow more space and room for people to be. So if you find yourself typically like being critical or wanting to be the one to talk first or finish sentences first, like this month may be it may benefit you the most to just observe. With this Two of Swords, this talks about overthinking. So I do think that you may be overthinking, but it's also like you may be over analyzing. See what happens when you play the teammate role versus the leader role, because I feel like something will become very clear once you do. Okay, so let's go ahead and get some clarity for your love life, Virgo. What does Virgo need to know about their love and relationships in March 2022? Ooh, hello. I just heard very clearly, what love life. Now, there's some Virgos out there in a relationship. Jesus Christ. What does Virgo need to know about their love and relationships? What a catch. What will Virgo experience in their love and relationships in March 2022? The document. See, back to that justice piece. So there could be something legal going on. Clarity. What does Virgo need to know about their love and relationships in March 2022? What do they need to know? No, you hang up. Okay, and feel free to pause if you guys want to read everything that's on these cards here. But yes, so just to get that out the way, there's definitely something going on with some legal proceedings, some legal issues, some legal problems. This could also be government issues and problems as well, Virgo. So because this justice is upright, I do feel like this may go in your favor. But it may be something that's very, it's on your mind. It's a consistent thing. It's a consistent choice. It's a consistent problem. So that's something you may have to address. And this also can come in the form of like a letter, a text message, an agreement between two people, like a contract agreement that you had to sign, something in the news. Something important comes up and it goes in your favor. Just watch what you sign. Don't like overlook something just because, you know, like sometimes we get told like, oh, this is going to go good for you. Just be careful about just signing it without fully reading it first or understanding it. Okay. And yeah, so some of you may be coming into some sort of relationship. For some of you, this is leaving one and going into another with this legal document and it's like distance from hello. But then we have what a catch and we have no, you hang up, which means there's some good communication happening. Like I said, all this emotional abundance, there's some good communication happening. There's like somebody you have a lot in common with. This talks about an ideal partner, having self-esteem, being marriage material. So some of you could be on the verge of a new relationship and you'll be able to identify this person by good conversation. For others of you, you're already in this relationship and you're like really actively enjoying it. But there's some other relationship that you're still like working through, or maybe somebody in the relationship is working through some stuff because somebody's being very detached and like uninterested. For somebody, I just heard, two scenarios. For somebody, you are so like distant that your family and friends wonder like what's going on, but it's really because you're like happy in a relationship or in a romantic relationship. For others of you, no one really knows what is going on with you. You kind of like ghosted in some situation. So they're kind of like wondering where you are and what's going on as well. Some ghosting has happened. So you might want to tap back in with your loved ones if you've been tapped out. And I really do feel the strong need to say like a very communicative way. Hey, it's nothing wrong. I'm just busy. Let's meet up for coffee on Wednesday. Like very cut and dry, because I feel like the longer this goes, the worse it gets over time. And obviously, like, you know, take your own discernment. If this is like a toxic family situation, a friend situation, like don't make no exceptions or excuses. But for like your loved ones and people who are trying to keep up with you, they do miss you and they just wonder what the heck is going on. So you may want to do that. I can also see for some of you like a friendship blossoming as well. Like I'm seeing someone go to work and maybe get really cool with a coworker or something like that. So let's go ahead and check out your career and finances in March. Ooh, this card is wrong. What does Virgo need to know about their career and finances in March 2022? Ooh. Exercise to increase your manifestation abilities. What What's Virgo need to know about March 2022 and their career and finances? God is your source. What does Virgo need to know about their career and finances in March 2022? Ooh, detox your friendships. What was I just talking about? What does Virgo need to know about their career and finances? Successful funding. Okay. Purple and orange may be big colors for you this month. Very specifically orange. So the solar plexus and the sacral chakra, those may be important this month in the third eye with this purple here. So those may be things that you need to clear up or maybe hyperactive right now. Do your own research because we all about research on this channel here. But I do want to say really quickly, Virgo, that with this God is your source, this card is really just about you trusting God and understanding that, like, whatever it is you believe in, yeah, there's no lack or limitation. Rather, there's plenty of abundance. And by it being paired next to this Four of Cups is so perfect because I feel like you may be looking for external validation in your career and feeling like you want the accolades, you want the money, you want the fame, you want the whatever you want to, like, kind of validate or to make things seem more exciting. But it's like you really find where you are. And I also feel like God is your source is kind of like there's a source of income that you are about to tap into. And I feel like you may think that it's coming from somewhere else, but it's not. The best thing I can think of is a person who is interested in, let's say, getting a $50,000 job, but source is like, I have a $75,000 job. Like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, it's almost like you're ready to settle. Like, you don't even realize that you're settling with what you're deciding that you want, if that makes any sense. So that's why I'm like, take your time with whatever it is you're trying to make happen. Because like I said, there is some decision making that needs to happen, but it's going to happen. Also, successful funding. This card, it does talk about crowdfunding and like getting money for a cause or your business or whatever the case may be, getting sponsorships, loans. That could apply to you, Virgo. That could be something you're interested in this month. I just heard for somebody a home loan. But you see her, y'all heard them beeps. This window is assisting y'all reading today. But I do want to say successful funding means that you're going to get funding for something as well. Money's looking good too, Virgo. And remember, with tarot readings, this reads the energy of right now. So you have to trust that this is going to come in. That's what I say, you're so abundant this month. You have to trust that it's going to come in. Any indecision or overthinking and overanalyzing can almost like trick your mind into thinking that it's not going to come in, okay? So exercise to increase your energy and manifestation abilities. That it just is what it is. It's time to exercise. It's time to get moving. With this Knight of Wands, I feel like you guys may be interested in dancing. If you've been thinking about picking up a hobby, this may be the month for that. Something of that nature, getting your body moving to get out that stuck energy. For some reason, I keep looking at the Empress with this exercise card. So I feel like for some of you, you may have, this is so specific, I'm sorry, but your hips are really stiff, like your hip flexors. So doing like hip stretches. And for some of you, if you are pregnant, that's probably the part on you that's like the most irritated, is like under the stomach. It may be in your best interest to stretch that out, sis, okay? Or your wife, if you know, if any of you have a wife that's pregnant or a girlfriend that's pregnant. And detox your friendship. Like I said, there's somebody you're being distant with. This more so speaks to the company that you keep when you are working. Ooh. So very specifically, the person you hang out with at work, who you eat lunch with at work, who you tell your plans to. Being careful about that. And maybe that's why this distance is coming from. People are asking, like, where are you at? Where have you been? That's probably why. Because you haven't been as ready to tell. And like I said, like I kept saying, like it may be in your best interest to just listen more than you talk this month. And I feel like there's going to be some people that are going to, like, it's going to become very clear. And I don't mean this in a fear-mongering way. It's just sometimes the energies don't match up. And for somebody else very specific, you have an older coworker that you just don't need to be, just be careful. They be doing a little much, okay? Let's go ahead and get you some advice for the month. What should you be focusing on? What should Virgo focus on in March 2022? Talents. Focus on your talents. That makes a lot of sense. Thank you. Grieving. Yeah, that purple's coming out hard. And travel. Short and sweet. Focusing on your talent. Like I said, if you're looking for a hobby, that might be something you need to get into. The reason why I said it's a talent, because you may not be good at it right away, but I think expressing and practicing something will increase your talent and increase your sense of liveliness. Also, if you're working with other people, maybe your talent for working with others, a talent that you haven't been, like I said, working on, now you're like increasing that. This is kind of like a study month for you that pays off, you know? So like, think of it like you're a student in college, it's the semester, and you get an A on your first test. It's like you still got time to go, but like you getting rewarded for your work along the way. You get me? Okay, and then we also have travel. So some of you could be planning a trip or traveling generally. I don't see much of that here except for this world on the Empress stomach, but I feel like some of you may be considering traveling, and her stomach look a little protruded too. So some of you may be pregnant or pregnant with a purpose. That's a thing. Figuring out travel or just getting out of the home. And don't even think just like traveling to other places or countries. Think of like going to the next town, taking a quick weekend trip somewhere, something like that. And also grieving. Some of you could be grieving, you know, and I'm sorry to hear that if you have lost someone. But I do want to say also grieving your old life and like the way things used to be. Whatever that looks like for you, Virgo. But I think there does need to be a process of accepting what was and then coming into what will be. Okay? Like actively working on that, okay? Oh, they so cute. No need to worry. See, no need to worry, okay? That's why I think it's a lot of level of acceptance. A lot of acceptance in your reading, Virgo. So I'm going to try something new. You ask a question, whatever question, and this is my answers deck. That's going to give you an answer. So let's see what comes up. You got your question? Okay. What is the answer to Virgo's question for March 2022? Improving your health. Back to that exercise thing. I'm feeling the need to shuffle again. What's the answer to Virgo's question? Thank you. There it is. Y'all special. Y'all got two. Improving your health and listen to your intuition. So that's the answer to your questions. Okay, my love? Thank you so much for watching this reading. If it resonated for you, please go ahead and like, share, comment, subscribe below. And follow me on IG for daily zodiac updates. Remember that I love you and I hope you're having an amazing day. Bye.